Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Tourism Tuesday Winchester, Frederick County edition. Justin Kerns is on the Zooms with me, giving up a few of his holiday hours. There is no rest for those of us in radio, is there, Justin?
Anywhere in tourism. Yes, it's anywhere in the industry. Anytime other people have off, we're working. Yeah, so don't mind at all. This is fun. I'm excited to have this guest on today with us. We were just talking before we got the show started. I thought I could have sworn we'd had her on before at some point, but I guess not. So I guess you're overdue. You're 2 restaurants in being due to be on the show.
So we've got with us on the Zooms today Cheryl Ash and Drew Braithwaite. They are about to open Gypsy James Southern Food Lounge. So let me start with you, Cheryl, because when Justin says that he thought that we had you on the show before, why would he say that? Have you done things in the past?
I like to think I've done a few things in the past. I had a restaurant in Winchester for about 8 years called Sweet NOLA Southern Food Lounge. Justin frequented it, and we had some travel writers join us via Justin and the tourism division, and we had great fun with it. I just love to cook for people. I love to hand out experiences. That's what I usually like to say. It's more than being a chef. I want people to be enamored completely with everything we do. From the minute they step out of their car to the time they sit down, they're going to get hit with music, then smells, and then trust me, if you look at the walls in here, there's plenty to look at. So I want the full experience for people.
Immersive.
Immersive is a good way. Yes. Yeah, we're going to immerse people.
Drew, how do you fit into the picture?
It's kind of a funny story. I'm friends with her daughter and son-in-law, and it started as a joke a couple years ago. I would come back. I lived in Colorado from 2012 until just about Christmas last year. I came back probably a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago. I think we were at Apple Blossom or something, or just at her daughter and son-in-law's house. And Sweet NOLA's was my favorite restaurant. I used to eat there. I loved it. And I wanted to open a restaurant. And when I moved back, we talked about it. And then it just really came to life when I came back home. And I was like, hey, if you're really serious, I want your food back in Winchester. That's what I want.
Oh, that makes me feel good.
And so that's really how this all came to fruition. Was I wanted her food back. I was moving back. I needed to do something, and we just partnered up.
Yep.
They say that's how the best businesses are born, is you take something that you love and you share it with the masses. So you're not too far off track there.
Absolutely.
So Cheryl, when Drew says he wanted your food back in Winchester, you're not in Winchester proper in this new location. Tell me a little bit about it.
We're conveniently a destination restaurant. I like to say that's convenient, but yet it's a destination. We're about 7 minutes down Route 50 West if you pass Walmart on Route 50. So it's not that far, but it's a little escape for people. We're actually in Gore, Virginia. I like to think people have a nice, beautiful drive out here, then they have a great experience, then they have a beautiful drive back to wherever they are.
That location that you're in was a restaurant previously, wasn't it?
It started as a truck stop, and we've been trying to painstakingly look up the history, and it's really difficult to find, but it looks to be around 1930. It started as a truck stop, and then several different people have been here.
I remembered it like years ago as Joe Gale's.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, Joe Gales.
I remember it as Joe Gale's. And then a year, 2 years ago, it was the North Mountain Family Restaurant. Now it's us.
How did you come up with the name Gypsy James Southern Food Lounge?
That's also an interesting story. I don't even know where to start with that one. So my mother's name is Jane, and she's the one who encouraged me to pursue a career in the culinary direction. I've done everything. I've been a talent buyer. I've been a real estate agent. I've been all of it, but I've always come back to my love for anything to do with the culinary arts. And also my graphic artist said, let's take her spirit and your gypsy spirit is how he couched my spirit as a gypsy spirit. And we're going to marry it into a really cool name. And then Sweet NOLA's was a Southern food lounge. So we kind of wanted to keep that whole vibe and talk to Drew about it. He loved it.
I loved Sweet NOLA's, and I told her, I was like, I want that vibe. It can be very similar to Sweet NOLA's. It is going to be very similar. The food's very similar. The vibe in here is very similar. If you ever went to Sweet NOLA's, you're going to love it in here.
Justin, when Cheryl says it's a destination restaurant, that's a big deal from a tourism perspective because when people visit an area on vacation or on business or anything else, they want to have that experience that's different from a franchise or fast food. They want what she's offering in this new location.
Yeah, absolutely. So think about it. You go on vacation somewhere. You don't want to just eat at the whatever the chain restaurant is, Chipotle or Chick-fil-A or whatever it is. So you want to go to where the locals go and you want to find that local flavor. The more of a unique dining experience it is, the better. Instagrammable food or Instagrammable space. That's where it's all about. You got to be able to create that space.
Winchester doesn't have a whole lot of that. It's very much commercial and very much the same. There's not a bunch of wow restaurants around or like
Dude, I got to
very
get you
memorable.
downtown. You have clearly not walked on the walking mall in Old Town Winchester.
So we do have, I see what you're saying. Obviously, we have a lot of chain restaurants, and that's because of our locality where we are on Interstate 81. That services a lot of people, obviously, interstate traffic. We do have our local restaurants, and we love our local restaurants, and Sean's working really hard on TT Walls and the new,
I like TT Walls. I've been
yeah,
there a couple times. I love TT Walls.
in his the new
Miso
ramen place,
Tori.
Miso Tori. So we have those local dining experiences, but the more of those that we can have, the better. The diversity of them is very important. So we don't
Yeah.
just have one type of food. We're growing in that regard. So this takes a very important space in that overall kind of canvas of our destination, right? This kind of helps that out. And it's cool that it's a destination too, right? So you got to you got to get out there. And people would go to Sweet NOLA's. There was really nothing around Sweet NOLA's. You would just go up to Sweet NOLA's just to go to it because you wanted to go for that unique experience and the great food. And I want to mention this too, is your employees were always, Cheryl, I don't think you ever took a day off. You were always in there through that little window there. You were always back in there cooking away and doing your craft back there. But everyone was so warm and so welcoming. It was just a great experience overall. And so that's why we would send people in there. That's why people would go there. So that's why we love this. And you already have that recognition of Sweet Knowledge. You had a huge fan base. So if it's you, first off, if it's you cooking, it's going to be amazing. And then second off, if you get that immersive feel in there for locals and for visitors too. We love to send travel writers to places like this because this is a local vibe and it's a very unique local vibe. But it's a great thing for locals too. If you live here, it's a great opportunity and it's not a super expensive place to go to that it's going to be just a once a year anniversary type thing. This is something you can go to regularly, once a week, once every other week, at least once a month kind of thing. You can go out, you can afford to go there and have this experience on a recurring basis. So it serves both of those audiences.
Absolutely. And it's what we're from downtown, like 18 minutes. It's
From
not from
downtown.
downtown Winchester.
Yeah.
It's a little ways out here, but it's not a really far drive from Winchester. And then we're probably the same distance from Caden Bridge.
Yeah,
We're like right at the halfway point.
Yeah, not much out in Cape and Bridge, and people go out to Farmer's Daughter all the time, and they huff it
They're
out
great.
35 minutes for a hamburger.
Since Justin brought up my staff, I wanted to let you know that a lot of them are coming back. It's been 10 years and they've gone through marriages, babies, all kinds of things, but they still want to work in what they call the magic. So we're so thrilled to have a lot of them come back and join us. And real quick before the break too, I want to thank everybody who's kind of bolstered us to have such a great following. We're going to put little plaques all over the restaurant recognizing everybody. They're going to be hidden on the walls. So your names are literally written within the walls of this place. We're really thrilled about that. I just wanted to throw that in there before we take a break.
I love that idea. So let's take a break.
That's
When we
cool.
come back, let's talk a little bit about the food. What kinds of things can people expect to have or to see on the menu? Are you going to do live music? Are there other things that you're going to add into the mix? Can we do all that in the next segment?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are on the Zooms today for Tourism Tuesday Winchester Frederick County edition. Today we're focusing on Frederick County. Justin Kerns joining me. We are talking with Cheryl Ash and Drew Braithwaite from Gypsy Jane's Southern Food Lounge. We're going to do more of that when we come back in just a couple of minutes.
This Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. He has no idea that's what he's going to do. He only knows that he went to justserve.org and signed up to spend time at a senior center Saturday morning. As he browsed through service opportunities in his own community, he remembered the words of Paul to the Galatians, "By love serve one another." Little does Henry know that Saturday morning he'll end up speaking to one senior in particular who hasn't seen his family in several weeks and is feeling especially lonely. Henry doesn't know the short time he'll spend with this man will lift his spirits, cheer his heart, and make his life just a little better. Through love and service this Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. See the difference you can make. Sign up for service opportunities in your community. Visit justserve.org.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Tourism Tuesday Winchester, Frederick County edition. Justin Kerns joining me on the Zoom today. We're talking with Cheryl Ash and Drew Braithwaite about Gypsy Jane's Southern Food Lounge. They are going to open hopefully soon. They're going to give us details about that in a few minutes. But Cheryl, before we talk about all of the logistics of when I can come and eat and all of that sort of thing, what can I come and eat? What kinds of things can I expect to see on your menu?
Well, I like to call it New South fusion. Mostly I'm a New Orleans style cook, more Creole than Cajun, which lends itself to more of a buttery, winey French type of cuisine. But we have things on the menu that range from alligator sausage to shrimp and grits, which we won an award for our shrimp and grits, top 20 dishes in the metropolitan area, which was a good thing to have under our belt. Our shrimp and grits got so famous that people had shirts made that said, "Come get grit faced."
I have that sticker.
Oh, you do?
I gotta
I
find that
remember
sticker. I have that sticker.
I remember your parents or your in-laws, Justin, really loved the shrimp and grits.
My
I can't
dad.
remember.
Yeah,
Your
my dad. My
dad,
dad.
yeah.
And he's real picky with shrimp and grits. He's super
Yeah.
picky with shrimp and grits.
Everybody should be.
I
Yeah.
didn't like grits. I told Cheryl, I was like, I didn't like grits. And she was like, you've never had good grits. I was like, okay. And then I ate hers and I was like, you're right. I never had good grits.
When people
Gotta
come
make
in
it.
and say things like, "I don't like grits" or "I don't like collard greens," it's game on. I will come out to your table and you're going to taste them. I want to introduce people to that cuisine. But we have everything from po' boys, and our po' boy bread actually comes from New Orleans. I'm really picky about that. We offer salads as well. We have a wonderful kids menu and dessert menu that's separate from our other menu. We actually have curated an old-fashioned soda menu too, where we have fountain drinks, which are great, but we have old-fashioned bottled sodas that we were going to present like a wine service. They can pick their sodas, and we might even put tasting notes on there too. We're not sure about that.
I
So
think that is fantastic. I love that idea. As a root beer girl out of the bottle
my
from back in the
favorite.
day, I am
Yes.
all in on that. Or a great knee high. Oh, yeah, I am all in
Oh,
on
yeah.
that.
Yeah, birch beer. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
All day. All day. Right on.
I love I want to call it the kids menu. I remember that now. I'm remembering things about Sweet NOLA's as we talk. That was one of my favorite things about Sweet NOLA's is the kids menu was not just chicken strips and mac and cheese, the same three things that my kids don't eat. We don't really give our kids that. We go to restaurants and they're just like, we don't want to order off the kids menu because we don't eat any of this stuff. They want to order off the adult menu because that's better food. And
Yeah.
you always had good stuff on the kids menu. There was always real food on the kids menu, which
Yeah.
I almost never see anywhere. And we loved that about Sweet NOLA's. So I'm
Well,
excited
thank
about
you.
that.
Thank you. We still do. Our kids menu is very similar. And I'll put a little blurb in here too, that percentage of all the sales from the kids menus will go to Dakota's Dream Animal Rescue. Our menu is rescue animal themed. So that will be kind of a big deal for us.
Do you have a target, like between this time and this time that you're hoping to actually be open?
Hoping to be open by the end of this month. Definitely want to be open by August 1st. We're just waiting on last minute inspections and stuff to come through. And as soon as that's done, we're ready to go.
Yep.
We were talking about that a little bit during the break, that sometimes people from the outside looking in don't know all of the things that are somewhat out of your control that have to happen behind the scenes. Like you joked a second ago before we came back from break, in that we're sitting here now. We could literally be open right now, but we still have to wait for these other boxes to be checked.
Yeah, there's always, like Gus was saying earlier, there's always little small hiccups and things that we didn't expect that we had to do, and we had to fix some stuff, but we're getting there. It's all good. By August 1st, I think we should definitely be open.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then what kind of hours will you have? Will you be open for breakfast or for lunch or for dinner? How is that going to look?
The master plan is we're going to open for lunch, get acclimated, make sure we're providing the food and the service that everybody wants. Then we'll adjust, regroup, come back. We're definitely adding breakfast and dinner and any private events that people want. While we're open for lunch, we will have the evenings available for people if they want to book like a private experience. And we can make a bespoke experience that way for the guest. If they want something special that's not on the menu, that's something we can create.
It's so smart to be able to open something like this and grow as it grows. Instead of coming out of the gate and saying, we're going to have breakfast and we're going to have lunch and we're going to have dinner and then we're going to do these private events and we're going to have this and that. I love that you've decided, okay, we know we can handle this out of the gate. So let's get that under our belt and then see what everybody else wants and add those things to it in 6 months, in a year, in 5 years, even, because you're planning to be there long term.
Oh, yes.
We don't want to come out of the gate just with too much on our plate. And we want to make sure everybody's food is exactly how we wanted it to be. We want everybody to have a great experience. We don't want anything to feel rushed. We don't want anybody to have a bad experience. I think if we come out doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner right out of the gate, I just feel like that just might be a little too much. And if we can just start with lunch, get acclimated, and then as we get everything going, we'll grow from there.
It's so smart to come at this food first because that space lends itself to so many opportunities and so many things that you could do that sometimes people that are opening up restaurants forget that it's supposed to be about the food and all of the other things can come later. So I think
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
really smart decision that you're making.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very comfortable with it.
But before we
Thought
move
long and
past
hard about it.
Yeah.
before we move past the menu, can we talk about the desserts? Because that was one of my favorite things.
course.
I've got to hear about the sweets because
Yeah.
you changed my mind on banana pudding because I hated banana
Hold on one
pudding. I thought it
second.
was disgusting
Go
before
grab it,
I came
buddy.
to Sweet NOLA's, and now I still don't like banana pudding except for yours. So I'm
Oh, that's wonderful.
but I got to hear the sweets because you do horribly wonderful things with sweets that I just can't stay away from them.
That's one of my biggest loves of this whole industry is I love to come up with really cool desserts. So in doing that too, our restaurant, and you probably remember this from Sweet Nola's, is very artful. So I went a little crazy with the menus for the dessert. It's all a different art installation on the back of the menu. Some are very Gore centric, some are very New Orleans centric. I have old concert tickets on the back of here. I even have a parking ticket from New Orleans that I got on the back of one of them. We call them the French Quarter Finale, and they're sweet treats. And we do offer bananas foster pudding, which is what you're remembering. Then I have bread pudding Napoleon, which is our Krispy Kreme donut bread pudding. We have a chocolate port that is infused with cayenne and dark fudge sauce. And we wanted to do something kind of cool because Drew and I both love cobblers and pies and things like that. So we're doing a country cobbler flight. There's going to be 3 little cobblers. I do a buttermilk whipped cream that's going to go with those. So that's going to be on there. And then we do our beignets, of course, which are slightly different. We do what's called a beignet Shenandoah. They are beignets, but they're made with biscuit dough. So they have like a 504 to the 540 vibe. They are like New Orleans, but yet very Virginia, made with biscuits. Also, we have a Cafe Du Monde coffee service, and that comes with warm beignets too. Most places will offer 3 or 4 desserts. We like 7 or 8 on ours. We just went crazy.
If you're not drooling right now listening to this.
I know. I am all in for forget lunch. I'm just going there and eating 2 or 3 desserts.
Then your priorities are clear. That's good.
Yes. And then you throw coffee service in. Oh my gosh, it's like you're speaking my language.
Where's Janet? She's out at Gypsy Jane's again.
So when we say that you're going to be open for lunch, what hours are you thinking lunch will happen?
Currently, it's 11 to 3.
I like that too, because sometimes you can do a late lunch. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
hard sometimes to get away at 11, 12, or even 1. So to be able to tell somebody, hey, meet me there at 1:30, 2 o'clock and still know
Yeah.
that you can eat is fantastic.
Yeah, it's very New Orleans too.
And then I also love, you mentioned a second ago, the ability that you'll have to do some private events, because I could see
Mhm.
where people would want to have your experience and they just want to do it for a small group of friends for a birthday celebration or a girls' night out or a wedding bridal party thing. So
Yeah.
having that space available, at least initially in the evening, is going to be huge for you as well.
I think so. Yeah, definitely. We're excited to do that. And Justin, just a hint for you, that's a good time for travel writers to visit.
There we go. Oh, hey, are you guys going to have an ABC license? Are you going to serve
Oh, yeah.
any sort
Yeah,
of drinks?
so I can't apply for the ABC until we get our health department and all this stuff through. So as soon as we get that done, we're gonna, I guess we would say our soft open for our lunch hours. We're gonna be waiting for our ABC to come through. But we
Yeah.
will have beer and wine
Yeah.
very soon,
Okay.
within the next month after we open.
That's another one of those things that people don't often realize is that you don't just apply. First of all, you don't just apply and it's a rubber stamp and you get it. There's a whole process behind
Yeah.
being able to serve any kind of alcoholic beverage. But I didn't know that you had to have the health department stuff done before you could even
Yep.
begin to
Oh,
apply.
yeah.
So that's good information for regular people to have.
I do
Yeah,
not know that.
and since me being a first-time restaurant owner, they want me to just have beer and wine for 6 months, and then I can apply for the full liquor license. But I think we're
Okay.
fine with just beer and wine.
Because I can do sangria too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see if we do, but we'll definitely have our beer and wine license for sure.
So
Mhm.
where can people find more information if they're listening today and they want to follow along and know when your actual open date is? Do you have social media? Do you have a website? Tell me how they can learn more about you.
We have a very active Facebook page and we do have a website, but people tend to go straight to Facebook. But we do have a website. We have a splash page currently. It's gypsyjanes.com. That's where people get most of the information.
When you search us on Facebook, it is GJ Southern Food Lounge.
Good point.
It's if you type in Gypsy Janes, it wouldn't pop up. I guess Facebook didn't like the word gypsy,
They
so
said gypsy was a derogatory
so we
term,
weren't
so
allowed
like
to
that
use
much.
that. So we had to put GJ Southern Food Lounge.
which is okay.
Yeah, which is
okay.
fine. But if
that's
you're
fine.
typing in Gypsy Janes, you won't find us. Make
Yeah.
sure you put GJ.
And I'll put the direct link in the show notes page so people won't even have
Okay.
to do that. They can just click on it and then go and follow you from there.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome.
And then, Cheryl, what is the actual address for where the restaurant is located?
It is 5665 Northwestern Turnpike, Gore,
Well, at least
Virginia.
you've got an easy address.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very easy to find. We're in the middle of a cow pasture, so we're the only thing
Yeah.
sticking out here. And we're happy about that, actually.
You have the crossover right there. If you're
Yeah.
coming out of Winchester heading your way, you don't have to go all the way down and turn around and come
Mhm.
back. So, Justin, I bet you're going to now start checking off the days of the calendar until
Yeah.
you can go get yourself some bananas Foster pudding.
Oh, you know it. You know it. I'm ready to go.
Justin's our VIP.
Oh, we love you guys.
Anything you want to plug before we wrap up?
As you're listening to this, we're past the 4th of July stuff. We're on to the meat of summer, and then you're going to blink and it's going to be fall. There's still a lot of the 1850 stuff going on. That's not just July 4th. It's throughout the entire month and throughout the rest of the year. Just as always, visit winchesterva.com, click on the events tab. Renee and our team do a great job of populating that with all of the things that are coming up, and that's usually at least a month out. Just go there. There's nothing in particular, just a lot of things coming.
And she's going to join me next month, and we're going to talk about
Yes.
Hungry for History, right?
Got her on the radio, man. Yep.
We only get to do it once
Once
a
a
year, so
year.
we got to take full advantage of it.
Yep.
Cheryl, Drew, thank you both for taking the time to sit and chat with Justin and I today. This has been great. I'm really looking forward to your opening.
Oh,
Thank you guys for having us
Yes,
so much.
thank
We
you.
really appreciate
It's
it.
a lot of fun. We really appreciate it.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, just a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.